again, Suzanne here with Sleep Part 2, Sleep 2.0, because I just did the video with the sleep card, which I don't know what it's crazy how that one from, gotta give credit, the Whispers of Healing deck. Lovely. So, when I was doing the video for the card, they were kind of encouraging me to discuss sleep issues, because I'm getting that that's a big question for a lot of people. And when I think about that, yes, I have a lot of clients that do have sleep issues, and we work with it. Everyone's individual, so we have issues sleeping at different times. And like I said in the other video, I'll try to post these the same day. But sleep is so important for the physical being, for the mental well-being, for the spiritual well-being and expansion. But some of us have issues. So what are some of the issues? So there is, some of us have a hard time getting to sleep. But once we get to sleep after laying there counting sheep or listening to music or trying to not think, then we finally go to sleep and we're okay. But we'll waste a couple hours. Then there are those who can get to sleep quickly, but then wake up. And then it takes a while to go back to sleep, or maybe they can't go back to sleep, or they're in and out. Then there's those that sleep and then they wake, sleep a couple hours, wake, getting up, getting down, whatever. There's the obvious reasons of, you got to take a body break. You got to get up and drink too much water or whatever before. Okay, that's an easy one. And then there are the people who just don't sleep. Insomnia is a big medical issue. It's a health issue. And, these days there's so many, turn on the TV, there's a million different sleep aids and heavy duty medications that I never recommend medication. There's something in nature for everything. I believe God created everything we need right here. So that's kind of where we're going to start. Anytime there's this buggy issue, anytime there's a sleep issue, we'll say 90+% of the time, it's stress related, it's anxiety related, it's the body doesn't know how to rest, or isn't used to resting, or there's so much going else, the brain's going or overworking. But we'll say the first thing to get into a nice rhythm of natural sleep and natural process of resting at the end of the day, nature. Spending more time in nature. We don't do that much anymore, because we're coming and going, or the bugs. The bugs up north, back east, it's cold. Where I am, I couldn't come out much this summer because it was so flippin' hot. And even now it's nice. I need to be out. I'm barefoot, I'm sitting on the grass that I need to mow. So I'm not going to show you. But I like it. So that's a start. So why are we anxious? So a lot of times we can't sleep because we're wound up. We've had a stressful day and we can't, or someone upset us, or we have a deadline, or we're planning something, or we're excited about something. So there's good and there's bad stress, right? So we're worried about what we got going, or what we don't have going, or what do we got to do, or when do we get to do it, or whatever. Thought processes, overthinking. That's another one that keeps us going, because the brain never stops. So knowing that, we just tune it out. You learn how to tune it out. If you're one when you're trying to go to sleep and your brain is just going, thought after thought. Okay, when I get up, I'm going to do this. It's like, oh crap, I didn't finish that. When am I going to do this? Blah, 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 blah. Doing your little checklist. Knowing that the brain never stops, you learn to look over it. It's just like with meditation. The brain never stops. When people say, oh, to meditate, you've got to get to where you can completely clear your brain, clear your mind. Mind and brain are two different things. Mind is easier to clear. I won't say empty, But to clear, the brain is a whole nother thing. It's functioning all the time. So it's learning to rise above it or float underneath it. However, whichever works better for you, trying those processes. And when things come in, when words come in, thoughts come in, stresses come in, acknowledge them and let it go. Focusing on the breath. When we focus on something else, that helps. It's a distraction from the brain activity. And that can help relax us as well when we're trying to sleep at night or day. If you work nights, it's even harder for those people a lot of times that work at night, because that's not quote unquote normal or natural for the human body, because we have our circadian rhythms that work with the sun and the moon and light and dark. So remembering that as well and learning to adapt with that, because there are so many people that work, night shift, work during the night and sleep during the day and never see daylight. But we can learn to adapt and get our bodies used to this. So learning to release that stress before bedtime, especially, because we're all going to stress. We're going to have moments where we're worried about something or excited about something, and our energy's moving, and our metabolism is up, and our anxiety or adrenaline is up. Thank you. I was looking for the word. Yay words. So if we can get ourselves planning on a time, sometimes a routine is good. Having a set time to do something, to go to sleep and to rise. But even not, because some people have crazy schedules. There's the swing shift people. There's the medical professionals. I know my mother, the way she works, it's never the same. She's got sort of a set in between times, but some days she goes early, some days she goes later. It's never the same. Or just when she gets used to something, they change it. So when you decide what time you're going to go to sleep, I personally prefer a couple hours, like 2 hours before, to start planning it. Start winding down. If I'm working on my bills, if I'm working on work-related stuff, I stop it or get real close to a stopping point and then do something more relaxing. Whether I'm, checking out videos or clearing my junk mail. I don't want to be looking at my email and trying to read it and focus on it, but I can go through and delete the stuff that is just, spam or whatever. So it's a little bit more calming. Some people want to watch TV. I go back and forth on that one. Any kind of electronics tends to mess with the brain and the eyes, so it stimulates. Even if you're watching something that's relaxing, you're still getting the light effect from your cell phone, your iPad, your computer, whatever, that is stimulating the brain. So it's not quite the same. Now with the television, if it's not real close to you, if you're not staring right at it, sometimes that's a little bit better. And also make sure you watch something that's not too stimulating, not too exciting, not some crazy chase 'em, shoot 'em up movie, that's going to get you all wired before you go to bed. So trying to mellow that out, or something that you don't have to think so much about. Because I like mystery stuff, and if I'm trying to figure it all out, I'm going to be wired when I go to bed. So one of the best things to do to wind down, reading. Oh, what? What's that? Reading's dumb when you got TV and video. No, reading and a real book, good old-fashioned. Do I have good old-fashioned paper? Sure, the whatever the little tablet reader things are great. I can't even think of the brands of them right now, but they're okay to still get the information and to read, but it's still stimulating the brain, because it's the lighting process of, you can research this online. I don't want to get into all the technicalities, because I'd have to look it up right now. I admit it. Humbird, see, they know. Hummingbirds try to help me. But so reading a book, and the other thing is too with books, a lot of times the pages are not so bright white. They have the white pages, but they have the off-white or whatever they call it. So it helps calm the eyes, calm the brain, and relax the body. Even if you're reading a mystery and there's, exciting information, it's still going to calm the brain. It's going to calm the brain so you can relax easier. So try that anytime you're having issues there. So there's so many, we're going to stop there because this is kind of boring. But unless you have trouble sleeping, then it kind of helps. Because there's so many different reasons that we're anxious. So it's learning to de-escalate the anxiety to sleep. And same thing if you're getting up, if you're waking up, it's like there's a reason to that. When you get up for the day, you can analyze. But when you wake up in the middle of the night, don't go, why can't I sleep? What woke me up this time? What was that? Why can't I go? Try not to agonize over that. Think about that the next day. Recycle, trying to replay the relaxation process that got you to sleep in the first place, and go back to sleep. If you can't sleep, get up and do something if that helps tire you again. Pick up the book, read some more, go back to sleep. And then think about that and think of other ways to de-stress and to release anxiety and to understand sleep is good. Sleep is good. It's not a waste of time. It's very important. I'm getting sleepy. No, kidding. On that, we'll leave it. Send me more questions if you got them. I'm ready to answer more. So have a beautiful, restful, sleep-filled week.